What up, people? This Bang Bang 100, and you tuned into the Real Rap Radio Podcast. Let's get it. Back up in here for episode 113 with my girl Peaches. Peaches, how you doing?
I'm chilling. What's up, everybody?
Chilling. What up, though? Tell me something good.
I just woke up from a great nap.
Oh, that's perfect. Everybody need a great nap. I ain't start appreciating naps until I got older. For real.
I think I started appreciating naps when I was in college.
I know when my mom told me to take a nap, I'll be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Take a nap for what? I got all this fucking energy. I'm a young nigga. When you become an old nigga, them naps is critical. They beneficial. God damn it. That's how you know when you're getting older. So how was your week?
Oh, Lord, man. It was half decent. I can't complain. I had a kid that had a behavior, and I had to tussle his ass for about 20 minutes.
I can't hear you. You sound muffled.
I said my week wasn't bad. I had a kid who had a behavior, and I had to tussle his ass for about 20 minutes.
Oh, you was tussling?
Oh my God. He's a fucking big ass linebacker. 7 years old, got away about 175 pounds. Ooh, I may be exaggerating a little bit, but that's a big ass little boy.
Was you sore afterwards?
Oh, hell yeah. I was sore, I was tired, I was exhausted. Like, I did not have time to really decompress. Left work. Probably about a whole hour after my original time. But, you salary, so in a sense, you did what you were supposed to do. By the time he left out of the building, it was 5 o'clock. I had to write a report. I said, let me do this report now so I can remember what I need to remember and I can fix it later. And I did that. And I left like 5:30. I had a little bit of running around to do before I went to the second job because it was my bonus kid's birthday. I couldn't even really do everything I needed to do for that. I still owe him a cake, but I got him a card and some balloons. And then I went to work, but like I said, I didn't have time to like really get my mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Calm myself down, bring my adrenaline levels down. So when I came home, I just went to sleep and woke up the next day and went to work.
Alright. Gotta do what you gotta do.
You do, but there's some tiresome shit.
You're lucky he ain't knocked your ass in the middle of next week.
Well, he wouldn't have did that, I can guarantee that right now. And I probably would have lost my job then.
You would have been on that ground.
That's what I do. I was on the daggone ground. On the ground, against the wall.
Did no other teachers come to save you?
After like 20 minutes, after like 5 minutes, I was like, I need you to call the AP right now, because at that time he had tried to bite me, and he didn't break no skin or get to me or anything like that because I had my coat on. So he was really fighting my coat, thank goodness. But she was like, she's in a meeting, and I'm like, whatever. So they was like, we're gonna send a secretary. What the fuck she gonna do? Like, damn secretary. But I forgot she had behavior. She's a behavior specialist on the side, so she has her ABA certification. And she came. We got him calm, but as soon as we got him calm, he started right back up. I'm like, what the hell? So this guy, security, his name is Mr. I can't say his name anyway. Mr. And he came, but he didn't know what the hell he was doing. He was all stupid and retarded. So yeah, by the time the vice principal came, I was like, I gotta tap out because at this time I would have been restraining him for about 20, 30 minutes. I don't even know how long it was. I was hot, he was hot. I had an IEP meeting, so I was dressed in professional clothes. My damn shoes was all over the place. My jacket was all over the place. Like, it was a mess.
I was
His
going to
shit
ask,
was
was there any
everywhere.
NTAs around? Shit, when I was in
Well,
school, we
that's
had
what,
a lot of those.
yeah, yeah, well, that's what they finally came. Because this was during dismissal, so everybody was kind of like at their post, not really knowing what was going on, type thing. So, but it was crazy. By the time his mom got there, she had to restrain him. So he went from me to the AP to the security lady to his mom. And then he finally calmed down. And on a psychological level, I mean, when we look at the trauma that some of these kids have gone through, when we look at the amount of medicine that these children are on, we say Skittles because this boy is on some red, blue, yellow, purple, green Skittles. Like, he got health issues. Like, it's a lot that comes with the kids sometimes. And just like adults who can't compose themselves when they're mentally unstable, the kids can't compose themselves when they're mentally unstable. And yeah, he just lost it. He just lost it.
Anything
That shit was
interesting
not.
other than that?
I'm beefing with the coach, football coach right now.
You what?
I'm beefing with the football coach right now, little dumbass.
What you beefing with the football coach for?
Well, he sent out a letter in reference to the boys' football banquet, which is in like you might as well say what 5 days,
Mm,
6 days. And the last time we had a conversation, the Booster Club, which is what I'm part of, and for those of you who don't know what Booster is, we raise money for the football team. We were supposed to help them. Well, we wanted to help them prepare, plan and decorate all of the things that needed to be prepared, done, and decorated for the boys. Because the last 2 years or 3 years, it's been like really just thrown together. Like it's been a trifling ass mess. I'm just gonna say it. And we wanted to come in and put some organization. Well, the letter came out, and the Booster Cup Club president, he texted me like, "Well, what do you need me to do?" I'm like, "Well, what are you talking about?" 'Cause I had not even checked my phone to see what was going on. And then she sent a screenshot of the letter, and I was like, "What the hell? That's next week." I'm like, I got 2 jobs. I gotta work. She got a 4-hour meeting that day. She ain't gonna make it either. Like, how you do stuff like this?
mm-hmm.
Like last minute. So I was like, I don't think we need to do anything and stress ourselves out. I said, but it could just be being my emotions and being a little nasty bitch right now because that's what I feel like being. Because he done pissed me the fuck off. I said, but I mean, whatever it is, I won't be in attendance. And I don't like missing things to support my children. Sometimes I have to. I'm a single mom. I do this shit by myself. But at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, I don't like doing it. So I'm a little agitated with the fact that it's so last minute. Once again, it's going to be thrown away. I'm going to miss an accomplishment that my kid is going to be getting. And so when I text them, like, you dropped the ball for real on this one. Like, this is not cool. I know. Work with me. Work with you? The fuck we working with you for?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't work with us. Fuck.
What is it to work with?
It ain't nothing to work with. I'm not stressing myself out last minute. That's what I'm not doing.
I can dig it.
Yeah, so other than that, my week has been great. My kids are spoiled as brats. My son is currently mad at me right now because as I am recovering from some rough days at work, I'm tired, and I'm drained. My body hurts. I use muscles that I ain't used in a long time. And he doesn't seem to understand that, but he wants me to cook a full course meal at 8 o'clock at night. Like, dude, the chicken's not even thawed out. So you want me to fry frozen chicken? Oh yeah. So right now I'm just agitated all around the board.
You ain't tell him to go make a sandwich or some shit?
I told his ass earlier that we would have chicken nuggets, and he took out the damn chicken. That's something I can cook tomorrow. There's not enough time to do the things that you want me to do, and you're not understanding it. So he went in his room mad, and I don't give a flying fuck.
You felt some type of way. He went in his room mad.
I feel some type of way he went in his room mad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn about him being mad. He better care about me being mad. Shit.
You felt some type of way. You should have just went in there and made chicken wings.
I should have went in there and made chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I shouldn't have went in there and made chicken wings. Shit, my ass is tired. He went to school. That's it. Came home and went to sleep. Woke up. Mom, what you cooking? Son, what you cooking?
Mm-hmm.
You 17 years old. You know how to cook.
You don't got it like that?
No, he don't got it like that.
I thought he had it like that.
He get a lot of what he wants, don't get me wrong. And that's part of the problem. But, I know what the problem is. But he ain't getting it today.
I would have said, nigga, if you don't eat some fucking cereal, make a sandwich or something.
There's food in there that he can cook real quick. He better put them damn dino nuggets. Because that's what they like with their big age self. Put them dino nuggets in the air fryer and call it a damn night.
He ain't with that dino nugget shit. That's why he said cook. Get your ass up and cook.
Not my daddy, my husband. So he better go on with that shit. He think he is.
That's what that was about.
Well, guess what? That's what he got. That's why he got the response he got.
My week was pretty Reggie. I did something I ain't do in a long time this week. And that was cool. But other than that, just work shit. I ain't do too much. You wanna know what I did that I didn't do in a long time?
I was waiting for you to spill the tea.
Oh, well, you should have said something.
I was waiting.
You still waiting?
I was going to ask you, but you offered to tell. So what you did?
All right, well, you can ask me then.
What you did that you ain't did in a long time?
Tickle my balls.
Shut up! You did that last podcast.
Oh, I ain't know that. Forgot about that.
Yeah, you did that last podcast.
Yeah, I was tickling my balls this weekend. Well, this week.
Did y'all get snow? Did y'all get snow? Was it this week y'all got snow or last week?
Was it this weekend or last week? What?
Y'all got snow.
Snow was Friday.
Snow was Friday?
Yeah. Shouts out to them Eagles.
Yes, the Eagles did great. I had to work.
Yeah, dub is a dub. You dig? We should have had about like 35, 45 fucking points, but a dub is a dub. That defense still on fire. We got to play the LA Rams again. We played the Rams during the season. Whipped the Rams' ass. This might be another ass whipping if the Rams play us like they played us last time. Because Rams couldn't do shit with us. We whipped their ass. In fact, Saquon Barkley had probably like 255 yards on the Rams. So my guess is the Rams gonna come in trying to shut down Saquon, putting 7, 8 in the box, and that's gonna blow up on them. AJ Brown gonna have a big day, and we gonna see the winners of Detroit and the Washington Commanders. That's how I feel about that. Washington, I don't think they got a chance at beating Detroit. It's gonna be a tight game, but I don't see them beating Detroit. So we'll see what happens. We don't know what's gonna happen. So come next Monday when this podcast come out.
Good luck, Eagles. Let's go.
Hopefully it'll be Victory Monday. Like always you did. Get that dub. Get on to the next. We on a mission.
Yep.
Yeah, I ain't do too much. I ain't do shit. I ain't do a lot of nothing. Trying to get my car fixed. I went today to see what's up with that. They talking about they gotta take out my seats and all this old extra happy horse shit. So I don't know. I'm gonna wake up early Saturday morning and get that handled. This dude talking 500, other dude talking 480, and some other shit. So we gonna see. I need to get it done though, ASAP. And then I get my emissions and all that. Then I'll be alright. Get that out the way. Shit in the way. Then I gotta get a back light. I think for my right turn signal, right or left. I gotta get that under wraps too. So yeah, there's a lot of shit I gotta do with my damn car. But that's about it. Reggie shit. Nothing spectacular. Same shit, different toilet. I can't call it. I'm gonna get it. What you say?
But okay, same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, you dig? Let me get into the hip-hop news. In this week's hip-hop news, we have Busta Rhymes turns himself in to police over alleged fight with his assistant. I read a little bit about that earlier on, I don't know, I think TMZ or some shit, I forget. Busta asked his assistant why he always on the phone or some shit. And I guess that turned into an argument, and Busta hit him in his face 2 times or some shit. So I guess he called the police, so that was a misdemeanor, like assault shit. So I guess he gonna file charges to get some money.
I just heard.
What's that?
I just heard Method Man was arrested for punching his daughter's ex-boyfriend in the face, I think 7 times or something like that. He was detained.
When was that? This week?
Sometime this week, yeah.
Method Man had to fuck up his daughter's ex-boyfriend. He must have put hands on his daughter, huh?
That's what I was thinking. He did something that he ain't like to his daughter.
And they say ex-boyfriend, that just fucks up the whole shit. You be thinking different, like it's 3 boyfriends ago and shit, when it was her boyfriend at the time, and then he whooped his ass, and now that's the ex and shit. The way they word shit be fucking me up sometimes.
Yeah, they said he was detained for punching ex-boyfriend, so I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna assume that it was a recent ex-boyfriend at the gym.
Oh, okay. Well, they filed charges. It'll be a misdemeanor if you file criminal charges, but I guess this a civil case where they try to get some money out of it for damages and shit like that.
Yep.
That's what that's for.
So both of them out here not acting crazy, but
I would say it's a money grab. Oh shit. I would say it's a money grab, but they put hands on the niggas, so it can't be a money grab. They want to get paid for their damages. Wendy Williams believes Diddy will get life sentence. It's about time. Chris Brown. Go ahead.
Wait, pause. Wait a minute. I just want to say, I think somebody higher up, Diddy or whomever, was part of her fall in reference to her becoming sick and ill and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been noticing how she's been slightly recovering from whatever is going on, the assumed dementia and things of that nature. Because I just recently seen she was at a graduation, I think, for her son or something like that, or some event, and her son spoke out and said, "My mom is healing and doing better." She was just on the Breakfast Club. That's where that statement came from. Excuse me, in reference to her comment about Diddy. And I just think that now that Diddy's under fire and a few other people, whoever, I think my conspiracy theory is that they were trying to poison her off and kill her. She's no longer getting that poison, and she's becoming better and more fluent with what's going on in the world and life.
Yeah, that could be the case. I feel that won't be too far off. Or, another thing is, it depends on what you put in your body when you was younger. Like, we got a whole lot of motherfuckers that abuse drugs, abuse pills, abuse liquor, and all that shit. And what you eat now and what you drink now, whatever you put in your body now, that shit's affect you. It affect you when you older. So all the people, all the young folks out here doing all these pills, all the coke, all the liquor drinking and all that shit, just remember that shit catch up to you when you older. Then you start having health problems, kidney this and all that shit. Gotta be on dialysis and all that. All that shit catch up to you, my boy. Whatever you put in your body now, it affects you when you older. That's for all the young niggas. All the old people, they feeling the effects of what they put in their body at a early age. They know they the ones that probably got a lot of health problems and all that shit, and they don't think about, damn, I was popping a whole lot of pills when I was 21 or 18. I was smoking a whole lot of coke when I was 21, 18, or I was drinking a whole lot. Now I got what's that called? Sclerosis of the liver. And fuck around and die from that shit just because you's an avid drinker. Drink about 2 pints a day. And piss on yourself and talk shit. And you're not normal unless you drunk. That's weird, motherfuckers. But that catch up with you when you older. All that shit catch up with you when you're older. And motherfuckers that be popping them pills at a young age, that shit just make you look like you 55 when you just 31 and shit. Put some age on your ass. You look old as a motherfucker now. All that crack, all that shit, it just make you look old when you young as a motherfucker. You only 30, nigga. You should look like you 17 when you 30. But you looking like you 55 out this motherfucker. That's how I know what a motherfucker, like, if they abuse drugs and shit. Normally, I can look at a motherfucker and guess their age. And if they look young and they old, I'm like, oh, they took care of themselves. That's what's up. But if they young and they look old as a motherfucker, the first thing you think is, damn, they didn't take care of themselves. Which is not usually the story, but that's what it is. When you see young motherfuckers looking old, they didn't take care of themselves. You see old motherfuckers looking young, that mean they took care of themselves. They ain't abused drugs and shit at a young age. That's all you young and old motherfuckers out there. That's for both of y'all. Just to let you know, whatever you put in your body now, it'll catch up with you later.
Sure will.
Chris Brown calls for Trump to be faced of $100 bill if he pulls off major political moves.
No, thank you, Chris Brown.
I guess that 100 billion. I don't know what the fuck that was.
So pretty much, Trump is trying to get rid of the IRS, and Chris Brown is saying that if he gets rid of the IRS, then he thinks he should be on the $100 bill.
Yeah, he ain't getting rid of that. Well, that shit ain't gonna happen. That's how America gets its money. America gets all its money from the people that lives in America. All the fucking taxes that you gotta pay. All that shit is just crazy. We go to other nations and shit, and you don't get all that. But that's how America get paid from narcotics, which is pills and shit. They get paid. That's probably their top seller. The drugs they get yeah, the pharmaceutical shit probably their top money. Then on top of that is probably with people paying taxes, state tax, city tax. I never knew it was so many motherfucking taxes till you go into a motherfucking store or restaurant and you look at your receipt and it's state tax, local tax, city tax, and all this other fucking tax. You be like, God damn, all the taxes, this shit added up to $10. What the fuck is going on in America? It just had you thinking like, God damn, these motherfuckers taxing the shit out of us. They tax us for shit we don't use, shit that they tax us for. It ain't like it's an upgrade on the shit yet, or whatever the case may be. It's just like, wow, they ain't doing right by the money, but they taxing the fuck out of us, getting probably billions a fucking year. I ain't gonna say millions because I know they get more than that. They probably get like trillions a year off fucking taxes alone. I'm thinking Medicaid. I know on your check it say you paying for Medicaid and all that shit. Then I'm like, damn, well, I never got free Medicaid in my motherfucking life, and I paid for this shit ever since I've been working. I ain't getting no fucking free Medicaid. If that's the case, shit, we pay Medicaid taxes. We should get some type of free benefits.
And when you become a
some type of medical,
you still not gonna get it.
You said when you become what?
A senior citizen, you still not gonna get it.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up thing. Like shit, they let a motherfucker die before they try to give them some motherfucking medical help. When they pay Medicaid, ever since they've been fucking working.
Yep.
It's just certain shit don't make no sense, and then they get their money off of child support. Whatever they can do to make $1 off its people is what America do.
Yeah, I was looking at my my Social Security. I logged into Social Security and just to see where I stand and everything. I'm gonna be broke as hell when I retire.
That's why the plan ain't to retire broke as hell. The plan is to get your own business, start your own business, and take care of your own fucking self, because their whole thing is to work you till you like 60, 75 years old, knowing that you only probably got 10 years left more of life before they pay you.
67 is the retirement age.
Yeah, and then when do they plan on you to die? Probably like 10 years after that. So it's like, okay, well, they can stop working at 67, even if their bones and muscles and shit don't work no more. And they only have about 5 to 10 years left of living, so we can handle that for that time being type shit. No, that's why the plan ain't to work your whole fucking life depending on some type of pension or Social Security or something like that. Whatever a motherfucker depending on, then they just gonna be living from week to week, barely getting by. Shit.
Barely getting by, because if I retire at 67, I think it's like, I want to say 13 something a month. So when you look at that, that's what, 600 every 2 weeks? A little bit more. If I work until I'm 70, I get 16 something a month. That's only $800 every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and who knows? Motherfucking groceries might go back up. I mean, groceries probably be high as a motherfucker. Your fucking rent probably be high as a motherfucker, or your mortgage, or whatever the case may be. Whether you finish paying it off, then you're good. You still probably gotta pay some high ass fucking taxes. Who knows? But their whole thing is to get the money out you. They want to get all that money out you. And if you
Yeah.
look up your social security number, shit, you probably already got 5 to 10 million in the fucking bank off your fucking social security number right now.
Yep. Yep. I wish I knew the steps to go about getting that money myself and using it all to do what I need to do. My sister is looking into it. Well, she started, but she slowed down a little bit. But
I ain't never get into my book about that shit, but I'll get into it when I find some time, when I find some extra peace in my life.
yeah, yeah, it's some good information to know. I know it's a lot of paperwork that you got to fill out and figure out, and you know, immunity to the state and all of this other craziness.
Yeah,
So,
motherfuckers already got millions in their motherfucking account.
yep,
You just don't get it.
yep.
And back to the hip hop news. Lil Kim raises eyebrows with bizarre show of support for Fire Rage LA. That's what's up. Shouts out to LA. I heard the fire's out, but everybody's crib is burnt down. Sorry to hear that.
Except for
Oh,
one person's house, because
with,
he has sprinklers.
oh yeah, get them motherfucking sprinklers. And then on top of the sprinklers, I heard the water ran out. I hear, you know, they didn't insure no $1 million house, whatever the case may be. If the house cost so much, they didn't insure it because I guess they
Hmm.
didn't want to have to come out their pockets and shit.
It's
That's the
crazy
whole
that
thing.
this,
That's another scam and fraud is insurance.
yes, that's what I'm about
That's
to
just a
say.
big motherfucking fraud just to get money from your ass. That's more fucking taxes, you might as well say. But insurance is a fraud, from car insurance, house insurance, all that shit. Because you notice, like, if you get into a car accident, you got to do so fucking much, and you still probably won't get no fucking money after insurance do their investigation or whatever. They still be trying not to pay for it. Oh, you got an $18 billion deductible and all that goofy shit.
Yeah, it's
Insurance
crazy
a
how the
fraud.
insurance company canceled all of those insurance policies days before the fire started out,
Like they knew
leaving
what
these
was
people.
gonna happen.
Yeah, leaving these people homeless. Like it's insane. Like they were saying a lot of the cities that was burnt down. Not a lot, but one particular city. I don't remember what city it was,
I
but
think they do that.
this
I think they canceled insurance just so that the city or somebody can claim your property. I'd be like, fuck that.
there is
Y'all
a
still
bigger
not getting my
story
fucking
behind
property.
why. There's a bigger story behind why this stuff was burnt down. But they burnt down houses that was like 3 and 4 generations of African American descent.
Mm.
Like these people had these houses for generations, and now they don't have anything. No insurance, no nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes, it
And
is.
I tell them I still own the property and I'm coming back to build on my shit. I sleep out this bitch in a tent before I let y'all motherfuckers get it. Oh God, because I think they do that just to capture the land and sell it back to you. Build it
Well,
up
you know
and
that
sell it back to
pipeline is
you.
on that land too.
What pipeline?
There's a pipeline that goes from Canada all the way down to
Mexico?
I don't know if it's Mexico or whatever it is, but there's a pipeline. I don't remember the name of it, but something's going on with that pipeline now.
Yeah, well, it's always something behind it. And then I heard that the fires was deliberately set, and they got a picture of a lonely hiker walking through the mountains and shit. So
Yeah, I heard that too.
once once insurance and shit try not to give you insurance, then you know it's something bigger than what the fuck you thought it was. That just raises the antennas and shit. And that's fucked up. But that's what people gotta deal with when it comes to America. They're not gonna do right by their people because of the people that we have in office. If we was to buckle down and all come together and be like, fuck that, we ain't paying no taxes, or we don't want this to happen, or y'all motherfuckers is abusing your power but not doing the right things with your power. If it's up to the people. They work for the people. Every goddamn official, city worker, government worker, it don't matter. They work for the people. So if they ain't doing right by the people, then get some people in there that's gonna do right by the people. That's what I say. Diddy
Well, people
threat.
gotta be smart about who they put in office.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing when it comes about people getting in the office and all that, the whole thing about that is a motherfucker don't know them. A motherfucker don't know their background, nothing. They don't know what they stand for. They just get a little snippet of what the fuck they said and all that shit. But I say politicians and all them is probably the fakest motherfuckers that you're ever gonna see in life. They know how to smile in your face and say shit that sounds good, but do the opposite. So that's why I don't vote. If I don't know the motherfucker, then why would I vote if I don't know what they stand for and all that? It don't make no sense for me to vote. And that's just for whoever listening. Why you ain't vote? Well, that's why I ain't vote. I don't know these niggas. You voting just because you think you because of everybody voting for this motherfucker, but you don't know this person's policies. You don't know their track record of how they used to do shit, and don't even care to get online and try to do some investigation. They just vote for whoever the fuck they like from the outside. So that's the normal voter. They don't know who the fuck they voting for. They doing what they think is best. So I put no merit into that shit. I don't give a fuck about it. Diddy threatened to eat the flesh of Making the Band contestant, documentary claims. Nobody want to hear that weird shit. Lil Baby denies dissing Gunna on Wham Deluxe. I hate that they try to make narratives. Mano corrects Cameron's story about Jim Jones confrontation. It didn't go down like that. will.i.am and D Nice helping wildfire victims with LA check-in. Benefits live stream. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna's relationship status confuses judge in shooting trial. Drake gets fiery response from UMG over Not Like Us defamation lawsuit.
I have a question about that.
What's happening?
Is that the same publishing company for both of the artists?
No, that's Drake record company.
So why he suing his record company? I'm confused.
Because he said that his record company was doing everything that they could do to help Kendrick, like far as streams and all that shit. And basically, so when he go back up for negotiations, his shit ain't they probably try to lowball him.
Yeah, I know he was doing something but defamation of character. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, so that's what he's suing for. His last negotiation was about 2 or 3 years ago, where he got $400 million. So I guess they figured if they slander him and try to bring down his career, then when they go back to the bargaining table, they probably try to give him like 200 million or 100 million, and say, well, this happened and that happened, and you wasn't hot at this time, and you fell off, and your record sales doing this and all that. basically to try to lowball him. And I guess he caught wind of it, and he's suing him. T.I.'s son, King, says his baby mama lets him cheat on her. She doesn't care. Megan Thee Stallion accused of new wrongdoing in amended lawsuit by photographer. Dame Dash risked losing engagement ring and other jewelry to cover $825,000 debt. Lil Baby accused of lying about enormous revenues of new weed strain. Boosie Badass asked Kai Cenat for help as he launches streaming career. Tell your subscribers. Iggy Azalea says she hasn't heard from baby daddy Playboy Cardi in months. He had Iggy Azalea. Who the fuck is Iggy? Iggy Azalea. I get her fucked up. Don't tell me that's the brown skin girl that like to start a lot of shit. Let me see who the fuck is Iggy Azalea.
I don't know who she is, but I know her name, but I don't know. I can't like say, oh, she looked like this or this her song or nothing like that.
Now I know who Iggy is. I forgot that was his baby mom. Iggy Azalea is the white the white chick from like Australia or some shit.
T.I.'s artist.
Did she used to be T.I.'s artist? I think so.
She was a rapper or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen her from her baby daddy in months. I guess he don't fuck with her.
I ain't heard from mine either, so don't worry about it.
I guess he don't fuck with you. Girls act like they deserve a phone call. I can see if the boy was young or the child was young.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need no phone call.
I can see if the child was young and he calling to say, well, I'm coming to get him this week and blase blah, bada boom, bada bang bang. Then that's all good. But once a female give you their ass to kiss, oh no, you ain't coming to get him. I'm not letting him go with you, or I'm not letting her go with you, and all, you know how girls is. A nigga just get fed up and say fuck it. And then a female part is, oh damn, he ain't even trying no more. Yeah, bitch, he done with it. He trying for what? For you to stress him out? All because you want to be a dickhead and don't want him to see his child? Nah. Oh, that shit is over. That's when you kiss that shit up to God and you say fuck everything. She asked for it. She wanted this. And girls do it to themselves all day long.
I'm good. I don't need to hear from my kids that I'm alright. I was just saying, like, I ain't heard from mine either. Like a joke thing. I'm good. I'm
just saying in general how females are. Females will use the child as a pawn, not knowing that they fucking the child up. Or because their feelings is hurt. Because they feel some type of way. Get over your feelings, ho. God damn. Get over your motherfucking feelings. You think that your child don't belong with their dad, then okay, that's you. Fuck your child up. Mentally. Every child need a dad. And if it's a father that's really trying, then she know that's the only thing that's gonna hurt him. He got a new girlfriend and he ain't fucking with me, so I'ma keep the child from him type shit. That's just goofy shit. And no matter how old the female is, they do goofy shit. They do goofy shit to make you look at them like they 12 years old. All because their feelings hurt. Bitch, get over your feelings. For real. Tyler, the creator, among 2025 Governors Ball headliners. See the full lineup. Travis Scott drops $160K on custom war-ready Hellcat truck. Jim Jones hit back at Cam'ron's taunt by teasing a new song with Harlem Heavyweights. Cam'ron reveals he briefly went to private school. I'm one of the best mathematicians. Well, that's the end of the hip hop news, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it was more exciting than the last couple ones. I don't know what the fuck. You over there pretty quiet.
I was listening. You said it was more exciting. I was just thinking, I had more to say because I was following things a little bit more this week. But on a norm, I don't pay attention to hip hop because at the end of the day, they not really helping me out, paying my bills. So I don't really keep up with them. I just, keep up with some of the current events and things of that nature. Keep moving and shaking. But I did pay attention to some of the things. Rumor is I got something for hip hop. Rumor is the owner of Dallas is considering paying off, was it Prescott's
contract?
1.7 million, I think, is owed.
Nah,
and bringing Sanders. Well, I don't remember the exact. I think it said 1.7 million, and bringing both Sanders, coach and son, for QB.
That sounds good, but everything that comes out about Dallas is never the fucking truth. It's just hearsay. Oh, they brought in Deion Sanders for a coaching position. They're not gonna hire Deion. Deion not one of them type
coach.
Niggas.
Because he's playing for the next season already.
They're not gonna get rid of Dak Prescott because he already paid that nigga a lot of money, and for them to get rid of him, you're gonna have to pay more. Well, not more, but you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for nothing, for no services. So I doubt that'll happen. They just better do something in the draft. They better get a nice draft pick. They better start building back from the draft and start trying to get some reliable goddamn staff up in there. Get some banging players or something. But that's Dallas' problem. I don't give a fuck about no Dallas Cowboys.
I don't either. I just think it's time for Deion to just, let the cut the cord.
What, with Dallas?
No, with his son.
Well, he had to do that the last game they played. That's why he was so emotional, because he coached his kids their whole life, and then it finally came time where they made it to the pros and he can't coach them.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I mean, like, even with the rumors of him following his son and all of that stuff, I think it's just time to cease it all.
Yeah, I guess so. I was listening to last week's podcast, laughing my ass off. I was turned up. I was on 8 on that one. I ate. Of course I ate. I was going through, like, I was listening to what I was saying, and it brought me up to this story that I wanted to talk about. I had a girlfriend probably around like 18, 19 years old, and we was cool. I mean, she'd come see me and all that shit. It was like that, but I forget, like, it was like on the mix of a breakup, and I just wasn't fucking with her no more, and she was doing anything and everything to get around me and shit. So I remember coming to my homie crib. I was going to see Murder Crib and shit. I used to go over see Murder Crib a whole lot. And I remember coming in this house. I told this story before, but I ain't tell the whole story. So I was coming in the house and shit, coming to see Murder House, and I told this story on when I was talking about Donna, when my soul cries. I was coming in to see Murder Crib, and I see my ex-girlfriend there and shit, and she chilling in the kitchen and shit. That was the last motherfucker that I expected to see. So when I seen her, I ain't want to see her, so I just left back out. And I left back out the crib. Murder was like, well, shit, I told him I'm going down on the corner or whatever. He's like, all right, I'll be down there. And old girl come out, cause I ain't want to say shit to her and all that. She come out acting like a dickhead, hollering and getting all up in my face and all that shit. And she did this shit all the way down the street. So I told her, get the fuck out my face. Like, I told her this shit probably a million times, pushing her out my face and all that shit. Then I just got tired of the shit, cause I guess she was trying me too much. So I told her, get in my face one more fucking time, and I'ma show you. I'ma slap the dog shit out you. And she did it. Got my face and shit. I slapped the dog shit out of her. And then after that, she was bringing people to my crib when I wasn't there and shit. I guess she had her peoples looking for me. And it was about to stir up some shit, some big shit. Cause I got heated after that. Like, you bringing motherfuckers to my crib, so I got heated after that, and then it was whatever after that. I ain't give two shits after that. So I guess whoever she was bringing down, I guess they must have got notice some shit, and I guess they said fuck that. We ain't doing that. We ain't going down there. We out of this shit. And her way to get back at me was to come at one of my niggas. So what she did was she I don't know how or whatever, but she was hollering at my cousin, trying to get back at me. I guess she was just trying to fuck my cousin to get back at me, so I can feel some type of way. But I ain't feel no type of way, because all my niggas that I was tight with at 18 is still my niggas to this day. And it's about a good 25 to 30 niggas. We was all squad and shit. So what she don't know, she think that, oh, I fucked this cousin or whatever the case may be, but she don't know that I okayed it. I'm the one that said it could go down. And the only reason I said it could go down was because I felt like shit. If she wanna be a hoe, then let her be a hoe. Cause how we work when you got a crew or whatever, how we work was, if anything happened, like as far as a chick, female, whatever, that has some dealings with another nigga that's in the squad, then that person gotta go get permission. Which means you gotta go to the old boy and ask him, such and such. Well, basically, let me tell the story. So my cousin came to me, he like, yeah, such and such trying to fuck. Can I do it? I said, yeah, go ahead. If she gonna let you do it, go ahead and get that pussy. I don't give a fuck about her. Even though I used to deal with her, I didn't give a fuck about it like that. I'm like, fuck it. I could have loved her to the 10th, 20 power. But once I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. If she gonna let you smash, go ahead and smash that ass. And she don't know to this day that I okayed it. This happened probably like 25, damn near 30 years ago.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah, and she don't know to this day that I okayed this shit. I would like to tell her one of these fucking days, yeah, you remember you fucked my cousin? She probably gonna be like, nah, I ain't fuck your cousin, da 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 da. Well, that shit would have never happened. I don't try to listen to no lies. So I just tell her, that shit wouldn't happen, would have never happened if I ain't okay it. I okayed it for it to go down. And that'll probably make her feel like a hoe, but it is what it is. She did what she did. And
yeah, I was never interested in doing all that.
Yeah.
When I stopped dealing with a guy, it was complete cutoff. The only person that I stayed in contact with was my kid's father, but that's because my kids was young. And even now, at 14, 16, and 19, I don't even deal with them. So
you're right. It takes a retarded female to want to try to get back on some whole shit. Like, you ain't hurting me, baby. You just hurting you and your reputation. All across the city or wherever the fuck we go, you gonna be known as a hoe. So you just fucking up your reputation, your face card. That's to any female, young female, because young females does it the most. Older females know better, but older females do it too because they still have feelings like a young dickhead. So if you know how to control your feelings, then you know Get Back ain't doing no hoe shit. You jeopardize your goddamn standards and morals because a nigga broke your heart. So now you wanna be a hoe. You wanna fuck his homie, or you wanna fuck his family member or his brother, or whatever the case may be. Then you got a kid by him and then got a kid by his brother. You know, stupid, silly, goofy shit. I never minded.
Yeah, that's just some nasty, trifling stuff right there.
I could care less. That's like, I don't really care. Whatever she want to do. If she want to make a fool out of herself, then let her do that. That's never the way to get back. The way to get back is to leave that shit alone and move on. Be happy, be free. Move on with your life. Don't look back at the bullshit.
I agree. Ladies, gentlemen, the best get back is to be successful in life. Move on and move past that ignorance and just keep on pushing. That's the best get back ever. You don't have to go out here in life and be revengeful and, you know, do all of the negative, corny little kid stuff. Like, you know, just grow and be prosperity in reference to your life. Like, make yourself better. That's your get back.
Yeah. You can't tell them that. They don't understand that shit. What I like to tell younger people, well, I would like to say even older people my age, the way to acquire the knowledge is to talk to older people. Like, you know, when you're young, you think your mom or your dad just talking dumb shit. But what you need to know is your mom and your dad experience more life than you. They know what the fuck is out here. They know what's going on. So their whole shit is to get you the game, to put you up on game so that you won't do stupid shit or the stupid shit that they did.
Right.
It's all about giving you life experiences. So I would tell any young person or whatever the case may be, older person like my age that's in their 40s, mid 40s, going on 50s or whatever, it's always a blessing to talk to a motherfucker older than you. You see that older lady that's sitting down in a wheelchair or she's sitting down, go have a talk with her so she can give you some life lessons. You know what I'm saying? And that all comes with wisdom. A motherfucker, you want to talk to a person that got a whole lot of knowledge, a whole lot of wisdom, that can tell you some things that'll get you through life.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, when you under probably like 25 years old, you don't understand this because you still a young dickhead. But as you get older, 27, 29, 31, it start to make sense because you starting to experience real life. You know, you got to pay bills other than a fucking phone bill. You got to pay rent, car note, and all that shit. So, you know, get some life lessons from older motherfuckers. That's what I tell y'all. And it'll do you good in life if you hold on to some of this shit. Because that's what I did. I held on to a lot of wisdom that I was told. And I like to get around older people and pick their brain. Well, how was this back in your day? Or how was that? What you think of how it is now? What you think about that? And all that shit. You know, motherfucking older people give you some gems, boy.
Yeah, I mean, as me being 44, some of my best friends, I don't have a best friend, but some of my closest friends, I should say that, are like 50, damn near 60 years of age. So, you know, I mean, you always keep them close in there because they, like you said, they have a lot of knowledge. That don't necessarily say they know more than you, but there are some things that they have experienced that you may not have experienced. And in life, this is how we learn. We learn from other people. We learn from their mistakes. We learn from their accomplishments and things of that nature. Like I have a friend who is 59, I believe she is, damn near close to retirement. And she's like, listen, when you ready to go ahead and start retirement and saving money and investing, call me. I got some jewels for you.
Mm-hmm. So
She ain't gonna be living off of her little Social Security or her husband's Social Security. She got extra money coming in.
hell yeah, and I said that just to tell all the younger people, and even if you older, that I drop shit that you need to hear in these podcasts. Is whether you like to hear the way it's said or not. You know that I ain't saying the wrong shit. I ain't telling you to do some wrong shit. I would never do that, but I will give you some game. Like tell you to wash that ass in the bathtub. I'll give you the game. It's up to you to do the shit. You know I ain't far off from what the fuck I'm saying. That's on God. And that's all I be trying to do as a motherfucking podcast. I just try to give y'all some games so that it'll help you throughout your life. And the biggest thing I could tell a motherfucker, like females and males and shit, they have a good heart. You young, you probably like 18, 20, 22, younger than 35. The thing I would tell y'all is, you know, all the people that got a good heart, you know, sometimes you do a whole lot for somebody, and then when it comes for you to get their help, you never get it, so it hurts your feelings, it makes you sad, it makes you cry and shit, it makes you wonder why and all that shit. Then that's what happens when you're going through real life. And then when you're going through real life, the gem that I tell you is you gotta treat people how they treat you. If you know you've been lending this motherfucker money for the longest, girlfriend or homie, $50 here when they fucked up, $20 there when they fucked up, but when you get fucked up and you say, oh Donna, let me borrow $20, I need to do this or whatever the fucking case may be, and they tell you no, and then you feel some type of way. Well damn, I give you money all the time. Every time you fucked up, I'm the one that you fucking call and da-da-da-da. If you know, like I had to learn this, and I came up with, if I know this person won't do for me, then there's no way in hell I would do for them. If I know I can't call and ask you for $20, but you calling and ask me for $100, $200, my light bill, my shit got cut off and all this shit, I don't care about none of that. If I know you won't do it for me, then I can't do it for you. And I tell you no, straight out no. I don't have no song and no dance for you. And then as soon as you start getting in your bag, trying to get mad because I told you no, then I'll tell you. Shit, if I know I can't call and ask you for $200, why the fuck do you think you could call me and ask me for $200? And that's just on God. So that's a gem that'll make you get adjusted to real life, young nigga. If you know damn well they won't do for you, then you can't do for them. You'll save yourself some tears, some heartbreak.
You realize who your friends are when you are in need. You realize who they are when you don't have and you need a shoulder to cry on, or you, whatever the case may be. When they not there for you the way you need them to be there, that's when you realize, oh, this ain't a real person. This ain't my true friend.
And the same thing that will apply to your partner in life, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your family, all that. That's the motherfuckers that's gonna try you, your family. That's where it's gonna start at. You doing for your family because they family. But if that family member won't do the same for you, then you gotta tell them, listen, I got a motherfucking family, or I got my own fucking problems. I can't do for you. And you can't give a fuck. You can't give a fuck how they feel, because they ain't gonna give a fuck how you feel if you fucked up.
Yep.
You give all your money to them. I just
told my grandma the same thing.
Yeah, you give all your money to them and shit. Yep. And then when you broke, you can't even call them and ask them for shit.
Yep.
It
Yep.
starts with your family.
But it's a but also it's a difference understanding that person's financial situation too. Because if they're struggling, they may not have it, so it's not intentionally not that they can't give it to you or that they don't want to give it to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
So
if a
you gotta
motherfucker, if a
be smart
motherfucker
about that
struggling,
too.
you right. But if a motherfucker struggling, and they calling and asking you for money, and you know they ain't gonna be struggling their whole fucking life, and you ask them for some money, then and they tell you no, when you know they got some type of bread, like God damn, you ain't give me my bread back yet. You been owing me for this long or that long. Then you already know what time it is. I don't I don't like asking motherfuckers for my money more than once. If I gotta ask for my money more than once, then that's a problem. I don't got time for chasing the motherfucker down. None of that shit. And when it comes to the streets, let's say you fronting somebody some work and you it's time to get paid and this motherfucker ducking you, you calling him, he ducking you and all that shit. When it comes to the street shit, then I don't have no rap no more. If I'm calling you and you ain't picking up my phone call, or you ain't trying to call me back saying, look, I got this for you and I got that for you, but I ain't finished this yet, then that's cool. As long as it's an open line of communication. But if a motherfucker ducking me, then I'll just say, make sure you got my motherfucking money when I see you. Not some of it, not a portion of it. I want all my shit when you see me or when I see you. I want all my shit. I ain't asking you for shit. I'm not calling your phone all crazy, because all that's gonna do is stress me out. But when I run into you, have my bread, not some of my shit, have all my shit. Everything. Straight like that, especially if I gotta chase you down. You better have all my shit. Fuck all that. That goes to motherfuckers that's not in your family. In another game. When you out there hustling. Yeah, and that was that. Hold on real quick. Is this the end? Are you my friend? You don't know nothing about that, young buck.
What? Nah. What song you sing? Cause I can't hear nothing.
This that new edition. Is this the end?
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they say, this is what they say. Be mine when the chips were down. That's my favorite part. You used to be mine when the chips was down. How? Yeah, just trying to get these motherfuckers some game. Hopefully they let that go with them along, well, throughout life. You don't have to deal with hurt feelings and all that shit. Just know that if a motherfucker ain't gonna do for you, don't do for them.
But I also wanna, you can't avoid hurt feelings in every situation either. So, you can avoid sometimes you can avoid your feelings from getting hurt, but there are going to be times where your feeling is going to get hurt, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't let nobody
life.
be disrespectful to you. Right. You don't let nobody disrespect you, but in life, your feelings are going to get hurt. You are going to have those moments where, you just like, what the fuck? Like, and
how would you deal with them? Like, if your feelings get hurt, then how do you deal with them? Like, some girls don't, mostly females don't know how to deal with their feelings, but they got the most motherfucking feelings when it comes to creatures, to motherfucking human beings. So
at the end of the,
it's all about how you deal with your feelings.
I agree. I think it depends on how that person was raised. Like, at the end of the day, my mother always taught me to go to God and pray, and that's what I normally do. Like, some of the best music, like if you hear me playing gospel music, that means I'm praying on something. I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to let God work His magic. I'm trying to go by faith. Like, that means that's what it is. And we mentioned the best payback is you leveling up, but also God says vengeance is his. Let him deal with it.
Leveling
You
up
know?
meaning putting yourself in a better situation.
Yeah,
If you get in your feelings about a man that did you dirty or whatever, you know it's a better man out there. So put more focus into getting a
definitely.
better man rather than
Definitely.
trying to get back on the man that did you dirty or the man that hurt your feelings.
Or the female. Like, I mean, it's sometimes it's better to just to walk away.
That's
You
what
know,
I'm
and I
saying
know it
for a
seems
female.
I know it seems corny, but sometimes the best thing to do, male or female, is just to walk away. Distance is necessary a lot of times.
Yeah, distance is the key, but you know with young dickheads they wanna when a female try to get some distance from them, then that's when they get harassed by the nigga, calling them 85 times and popping up to their house and shit, knowing that they fucked up, knowing that you ain't fucking with them no more. So you just gotta tell the motherfucker no. No means no. You know, you coming to my house and all that shit. I don't want to fuck with you. Stop coming here. And
Yeah, I had one of them type people one time.
he
I
had
had
to
to let
deal
my
with that.
dad know. I was scared as hell.
What was
I'd come
happening?
out of work. Like they would just drive through the block a few times. If I was outside, like they would just stop, like come in. I'm like, no, I don't got nothing to say to you. I'm
You
good,
said they or him?
well, just him,
Cause you
just
saying
him.
they like he had a crew with him or something.
No, it wasn't a crew. I would come out of the how to work and have cards on my
I'm trying to keep it
windshield,
cool.
letters on my windshield, flowers. Like it was weird. It was real weird. Like, but when he came through the block and kept circling around, I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I went in the house and
that's what
told my
niggas
dad.
do
My
when they
dad was,
get in their feelings. What niggas do when they get in their feelings like a little bitch, then they want to be a stalker. Oh, I know she
yeah,
fucking with John John. I'm gonna be outside her house waiting for John John to come out and all this shit. My whole thing was I ain't do that shit because I could care less. Like if I stop fucking with you, I can give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about what you do or whatever the case may be. And if you stop fucking with me, then there's no way that I can be chasing you. Like, come on, give me another chance and all that shit because it is what it is. Like, if we ain't have a talk and agreed mutually that we not gonna be fucking with each other or agreed that we gonna try to make this shit work, then it really don't matter to me. Like, if she showing me that she don't want to fuck with me, then I fall back. I don't got time to
yeah.
be
My
chasing the
dad was
motherfucker.
my dad was like, give me his number. My dad was like, you come back around here, we gonna have a problem.
Yeah, like,
And that was the end of it because I was nervous. Like walking to my car, like I mean, I didn't think that he would harm me, but at the end of the day, you never know what people's intentions are.
well, when niggas is butt hurt, then yeah, they'll harm you. So yeah, you should be thinking they gonna harm you, slap the shit out you. They do shit like that because of their feelings being hurt. Me, I don't give a fuck. Like, okay, she don't want to fuck with me, then she don't want to fuck with me. I'm not gonna beg this bitch to be with me. Never ever. Somebody gonna appreciate me. Somebody gonna want to deal with me. So I took
Yeah,
I took that with me in life.
yeah. They say it's more fish in the sea.
Oh yeah, it's plenty fish in the motherfucking sea. Plenty. So it ain't
Gotta
like
go fishing.
I
Make sure
gotta,
they big enough when you pull them out.
yeah, it ain't like I gotta waste my motherfucking time or energy trying to stalk this bitch or trying to get her to believe that I'm the right person for her, especially if I fucked up. If I fucked up, then I fucked up. Then I take that lick and keep on ticking. I don't got no time for that bullshit. You go ex girl to the next girl. Put your energy into something else. Let her do her thing. Have a happy life. Have a good life. Hope you find somebody that's better than me. I don't got time to be arguing and fighting and fussing all that goofy shit. Go do your thing, baby girl. Have a good time. Enjoy life. it ain't like I'm gonna want you to do bad. So when I say go find somebody better than me or have a good time and all that shit, I'm not being sarcastic. I mean that shit because I'm not trying to be arguing with you like bitch you ain't used to love me or like you ain't never loved me or like I don't love you or I never had feelings for you. No, it shouldn't happen like that. So we gonna end this like some motherfucking adults. You don't wanna fuck with me, then that's cool. I go my own way, you go your own way. I'm good with that. I don't got no problem with that. But if a motherfucker they not telling you they don't want to fuck with you, but they showing you they don't want to fuck with you, then you gotta take that for what it is too. You gotta say, well, fuck it. I ain't gonna put no more energy into this shit. A motherfucker that's putting more energy than what the fuck you getting, then that's an oxymoron. That don't make no sense because it'll be more females out here that love you, young nigga. There's more females out here. She ain't the only one. And that's just what it is.
There's somebody out there for everybody, male or female.
Definitely. That's why I be like, why females be getting in their fucking feelings when they can just kiss that shit up to God and say, well, I'm gonna have to find somebody better than this nigga.
You try to remember, females love differently too.
He didn't treat me right. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Hopefully, I find a man that does all those things. But what females be thinking, what they want and all this shit, every man not a motherfucking robot that comes with settings to your motherfucking liking. So there's always gonna be some shit that you don't like. There's always gonna be some shit that you do like. If the do likes outweigh the don't likes, then that's a good nigga to fuck with. But if the don't likes is more than the fucking do likes,
I
then
got two comments on that.
What's happening?
Because two things. Like, for instance, like when I was dealing with my kid's dad, right? It was cool. Like, I knew he was a decent dude besides all the other BS that he did. But at the end of the day, the reason why I stayed with him for 10 years was because of his potential. And when I say potential, it was also me hoping and praying and wishing that things would change, but it never did. And it got me stuck in a situation that, I ain't gonna say stuck in a situation, but it was some wasted time. I also say on a different aspect of life, because even if I was with my kid's father now, the things that he did, I would not have stayed. But being in a relationship now with a different person, like, one of the things that him and I vowed was that we would never lose that flame. And I just seen something on Instagram where Kelly Rowland was talking in reference to a couple that was married for 54 years. And that was one of the things that they said. Always put time and effort into your mate, regardless of what goes on in life. That's a conversation that needs to be held with each other, because whether you have kids together, you're still raising kids, or whatever life brings, it's always going to be an interruption. But you got to find a way to keep that flame. But also know that it ain't always peaches and cream either. It is going to be some hard moments. And that's when the test is real valuable, to learn that person, understand that person. And if y'all can get over some of those hardest tasks and tests in life, relationship wise, that's what it is. That's when true love comes in. You gotta, and she also mentioned that when you feel as though the love is faded away, you gotta find something new, or a new way of falling in love with that person.
Yeah.
Because who I am now, I may not be in 2 years because of maturity and growth. So you love me now for X, Y, and Z, but in 10 years, you got to find why you still love me and hold on to that. So it depends on how you want to maneuver the ins and outs of that relationship. I ain't saying go out here be a fool, but everybody is going to be a fool at some point in time in life. That's just how it works. That's relationships, whether it is boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, family member, whatever ship for quotations that you're in, you're going to have those moments and those times, but you got to be smart. If this is the person that you want to be with, respecting you, your wants and your wishes, and you fight for it. But when they're disrespecting you and not living up to your means and what you need them to do, or if you don't see them changing, because a lot of times people are already set in their ways, they're not going to change, then it's time to let them go and move on.
Yeah, and it's that, but some people just don't know how to deal with relationships. The first bad thing or something happened, then they don't want to work that out. They rather move on to the next, and you're gonna have problems with anybody that you fuck with. The whole thing about that is to learn how to deal with the motherfucking problems. If you don't know how to deal with it, then you're gonna be going from dude to dude to dude to dude, and that's just gonna build up mileage on that pussy. And my thing is, get it right. You're not young no more. Try to work some shit out. If you can't work it out, then it shouldn't be worked out. Plain and simple. But going from person to person to person, that's just saying that you ain't get it right yet. And you probably won't never get it right if you think that's the formula that's gonna get you over the top. Because if it ain't work out 8 motherfucking times, why you think it's gonna work out the 9th time? Especially if you ain't trying to get shit right. If the motherfucker worth it, then try to work some shit out and continue with your relationship. But if you saying that just so that you can be bitter all day, every day, and every time it's an argument, you bring that shit up, then there's no need to be together. If you still feeling some type of way and you ain't never get over it, then it's time for y'all to break the fuck up. Because every time we have a disagreement or whatever the case may be, you bringing this shit up. That's when I'm over that shit. I get over it and I be like, well, listen, we need to break the fuck up or something, because I'm tired of that shit happening every time we get into a little argument or have a some disagreement or something like that. I'm not going through that shit every time that happens. So it's best that we don't be with each other. Go ahead and try to do better. Try to repair your feelings. Try to get some therapy on that, since you ain't never get over it. Get some intense therapy on that shit. And maybe you can get better. But it's all about working some shit out. Not going from next to next.
Well, I agree with going from next to next. I just think that in between relationships, you need time to heal, regroup. You don't need to jump from one person to the next person to the next person, because you're just going to continue to damage yourself.
I call it X to the next. But go ahead.
Yeah, and that's what, as a female, that's what a lot of females do. Trying to find that perfect person, and that's not how it goes.
You ain't gonna never find a perfect person. You gotta find a perfect person for you.
Correct. And sometimes, a lot of times, when you hear these love stories, it's always the person you're not looking for.
Or opposite, very opposite of what you like.
Or even with the person that I'm dealing with, I've never would have, I knew that we liked each other, but being to where the state that I'm at now with this person 20, 15, 10 years ago, I don't even know how long. Wait, let me think about it. Because my oldest is 20. He's about to be 20 in August. So 15 years ago, I would have never thought that I'd be talking to this person.
Yeah, that's how life is.
It is. And the crazy part is that him and I had been in the circle of life and just passing each other and not even realizing each other. So, depending on how you look at it, that could have been just us not being ready at that time for each other, because we still had some growth to do, or we had to accomplish some things in between before we were able to actually become a couple.
So your person been around that long? You've been around for a minute? It's just
they've been around. Even when I didn't know this person, so I would say it's probably more than 15 years, because when I didn't know this person, we worked at the same job around the same time. I can't recall if I ever ran into him. He can't recall if he ever ran into me. Um, when they lived in a certain part of Philadelphia, I was going to school in that same area
Mm-hmm.
when they were living in that area. Um, we know some of the same people, but we never ran into each other. So it was just like things happened in between from whenever we first locked eyes, which I don't even know when that was, up until recent. And even this person knew my brother, and I was just like, "How you know him?" And he was like, "Oh, this is my homie." And I was just like, "Oh my god, I had a crush on him." And my brother was like, "Yeah, he just said the same thing."
Yeah.
But it was never like, "Oh, well, let's hook up and let's get together" at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then years went by, and my dad passed away. My stepdad passed away a couple years ago, and he reached out, and then from there, it was just kind of like a little message here, a little message there. Nothing where it was just like um, flirting or nothing. It was just like a kind of like a check-in type thing. It wasn't like a flirt or nothing.
Yeah.
And then like once I knew it was over with my ex-husband, I guess that's when we started communicating a little bit more. I don't even know how we just started talking, but it was just weird. And ever since then, it's just been on and going.
Mm-hmm.
Is this my soulmate? I believe it could be.
Well, they say
Do I
God.
plan on being with any?
They
Go
s-
ahead.
they say God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I'm a true believer of that.
That's probably like a perfect example, especially if you said that person been around and y'all been working at the same job but never, locked in or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So God works in mysterious ways. He can have that person around you for 20, 30 years. And then
Mhm.
when that time comes. But that's dope. That's a dope story.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what my future is gonna bring.
That's dope. I'm excited for the future, my fucking self. I'm just trying to get my ducks in order. Get my ducks in order and I'll be good. I wanted to tell the people that all the single people out there, whether you young or old, it's better to go through life with a partner than to go through life by yourself. Doing everything by yourself your whole motherfucking life till you old as shit.
I agree.
You dig me? You just gotta find that perfect mate. But nowadays you got females divorcing because they are unhappy. They say, "Oh, I outgrown that person," or "This person didn't is still stuck in their ways. They still not trying to grow or whatever." Well, baby, that's the man that you married. So when they go out here and they get divorced because they unhappy and all that shit, and they think they can find better out here, that's when life hits you in the ass because you don't know how the dating is out here because you've been married, or you've been married or in a relationship for a long ass time. So when you get out there in the dating pool and you figure out, oh, this shit ain't like what I thought it was, then that's when life bites you in the ass, and then you like, damn, I done divorced my husband over some bullshit because I got a little bit of money now and I can pay all the bills by myself.
I ain't got no
It's time.
regrets.
It's time for me to upgrade and get a better man, a man that got more money than what my guy got, and all that shit. Because you want this fairy tale life or whatever the case may be. All I gotta do is say, all I gotta say is, good luck to you. Especially if you find somebody out here, then you did great. Depending on if that's gonna last or not. Because I always say, when you get out of a relationship, just breaking it off just because you want to break it off, your next relationship not gonna be good. God ain't gonna bless you. Never he never gonna bless you when you do that shit. Whenever you jump out of a relationship and try to get into a relationship, that relationship ain't gonna work. You ain't give yourself time to heal. You just jump right back into some shit. This goes for females and males. Shit never gonna work out. Once you learn life, you'll figure it out. You jumping out of a relationship because you don't like your girl no more, so fuck it. I know TT on me, she cute as shit. I'ma stop fucking with my girl and just go fuck with TT. And that shit ain't gonna never work. It probably go on for a few months or so. But it don't work out when you leave somebody to be with the next person. That shit never works out. Whether you call it karma or whatever the hell you want to call it, shit just don't work out. Young bull, get your mind right, get your life right.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
that happened to me more than a few times, so I know how to deal with it. Straight like that. Never shit. The shit never gonna work. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Well, I knew that my ex-husband wasn't gonna grow to where I needed us to, where I wanted us to be, because it was, I come up with an idea, but I always have to put the legwork in. And I just didn't feel like I should be the only one doing it. I felt if this is something that we decided to do together, we need to do the research, we need to meet, we need to sit down, we need to plan. He never wanted to. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to leave him. But my main reason was because he was an alcoholic as well. So
Mhm.
when you said, yeah, that's who I married, that's who I chose,
Mhm.
but there was also some things that I didn't know when we got married until after we got married too. So I look at it as my marriage started on a lie and it ended as a lie. So
What was the lie?
well, for one, when we got married, he never even had a high school diploma.
Mm.
And when I asked him, he said, yeah. And I just took it on faith, like he's telling me the truth. Not like, oh, well, show me proof type thing, because I don't know. I didn't ask for it. You know,
Mhm.
he knew how to drive, but he never got his license. But when it was time for us to do certain things and maneuver on with life, it was in Philadelphia. Oh, well, I got septic. I don't need to be driving and I don't need to do this. But at the end of the day, like, I need your help sometimes. Like, I had bought a brand new car. Let's put it on the road. Like, my purpose when I buy a brand new car or any car that I have, because I like to travel, if I'm able to drive or able to take a drive with my person that I'm with and be able to split that time up, like 8 hour drive. You drive 4 hours, I drive 4 hours. Every 2 hours we swap, or however we decide to do it.
Mhm.
That's something that I would like to do, but that was something I could never do with him. And he, even when moving to the country, there's no public transportation down here. I was the one who had to do everything when it came time to getting him to work, getting the kids to school, getting myself to work. At the same time, you running me ragged, you burning me out, but I'm still expected to be your wife. I'm still expected to be a mother. Like, I lost myself in some sense as well, because all these expectations, but nobody gave me nothing back.
Yeah.
You know? And then the alcohol became more and more. Aggression came with the alcohol. There were some things that was said to my children that I didn't appreciate. There were some behaviors that was displayed to my daughter that I did not appreciate. And I knew that when my father passed away and he finally decided to come to Philadelphia, he never once came to my mom's house to make sure I was okay. He called, don't get me wrong, but that was it. the conversations was just on the phone. And even the day of my dad's funeral, there was like, you got to be at my mom's house. Well, why do I got to be at my mom's house? Because you're coming in with the family. Well, that's not my dad. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And that was a reality check for me. And I think that was my drawing point, because when I really, really needed him, he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone that he was out hanging out with his friends and females, males, and whoever else he was hanging out with, enjoying life while I was mourning the death of my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a lot of things that came up to why I left him. And the detachment came. It was easy to walk away because I had already begun to disassociate myself with him after my dad's funeral. So
That's when shit hit the fan.
Yeah, that's when I realized who he was. Like, he wanted me to be this person, but he couldn't be that person for me. So I became unhappy. And I just, when I, like, you showed your true colors to me when I really needed you. Like, I can deal with a lot. I am that person. I'll take a lot. I can deal with a lot. But it's just certain things that you can't do to me. And when I really, really needed you, and I'm grieving my dad's death, and you were not there, you were out with this bitch, you was out with this homie, you was drinking, you never once checked on me. And I needed you. Like, that was an eye opener. Like, I can't do this, and I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. So that was that. And from that point on, I wrote some shit down, because I'm a person that is a visual person. If I see it, then I'm going to do it. I wrote it down. I kept my promise to myself. I went back to school. I got my degree. My mom helped me purchase a house. It was a lot of things that I had to get done and I had to do. And I'm where I am. And don't get me wrong, life is much easier with a person. But my peace and my sanity was much more important than to deal with what I was dealing with when I was with that man.
Yeah. That's what life deal you sometimes. I ain't know that he was like that. Shit. Your dad died, and you like, meet me at my mom's house. You gotta come with the family. You like, well, shit, that ain't my dad. He ain't even want to support you, huh?
Yeah, pretty much that's how I took it.
Yeah, that ain't right. And that was at one of the moments where you really needed his ass, huh?
It was. I went through a lot. And the difference with my ex-husband compared to the person I'm dealing with now, like, I was with my ex-husband when my stepdad died, who was my father. That was the one, that was the golden one. My biological dad, loved him to death, don't get me wrong, but we had some issues. And those issues was never worked out and resolved. But I loved him. He loved my kids. It was there. And even though the person that I'm with now was far away, I still felt that support. And to be honest, the night that my dad, or that morning that my dad died, God worked his magic, because my boyfriend was here with me. He was sleeping in bed. He didn't know what the hell was going on, but he was here with me.
That's dope.
It was. So it's just like, it's somebody out there for everybody. Be smart, pick and choose what you gonna deal with, what you're not gonna deal with. Be flexible.
You had some support.
Yeah. Be understanding. And enjoy life. There was only 3 people that I really, really loved in my life. That was my kid's dad, my husband, and now the person that I'm with. And they say 3 times is a charm. And they also say that third person is a different type of love. And I can actually see it in reference, because we talked about this before, but I can actually see the difference in reference to the relationship that him and I have as we learn each. And this was a different relationship too. And I
Mm-hmm.
say different because before we even actually sat down and decided randomly, I don't even know how it became boyfriend and girlfriend. I think he called me his girl or something like that. And I was just like, oh, I'm your girl. I don't remember. Or even to the fact that he was the first one that was like, I love me. I was like, damn, I love you too. But I was afraid to say it because I didn't want him to think I was weird type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we were friends. We had conversation. We had real life conversations about anything and everything. And I think that's how everything started in reference to the attraction, falling in love. Even before we had sex, like it was just like a year of conversation. Maybe not even a year. I want to say maybe 7 months, 7 months of conversation
Yeah.
before we even had sex. Because we started talking in February. Um, we met up in July, and from that point on, it's been go. So yeah,
That's dope.
it is. That's my love story. Mhm. Even to the point where he's like, "Listen, we need to get a divorce because I want to get you a ring." I'm like, "Really?" So yeah,
So you'll get married to your to the person that you're dealing with.
I will get married to him.
That's dope.
hmm I mean, I'm a sucker for love. I love love, and I will get married. I mean, I would get married. Just because my first marriage didn't work doesn't mean that I wouldn't get married again.
All right.
I want to marry and be happy. I want to be able to show my children and his children what love looks like. And, the ups and downs with it, stability, the inconsistencies, everything. Because I think it's important for black children to see that in the family.
Definitely.
So,
I think the kids do need to see their mom in a healthy relationship and see a man around. And I think that's beneficial for any female that got kids that's a single parent and find somebody that comes in and love their kids like they his and all that. That's dope to find. It's rare, but
it
it's
is. Because what my ex husband told me? I ain't gonna never find a man that's gonna want me because I got kids. I'm just like, well, damn.
what your kids is problem kids. They bad kids.
No, my kids aren't bad kids. I mean, they're children. They're teenagers. They gonna do dumb shit. No, nobody's kid is perfect. Just being a real person. But my kids are far from being disrespectful.
Mhm.
Far from it. I've always taught my children if an adult disrespects you, it's not your place to deal with that adult. It is my place. I am your mother, and that goes for anybody.
Mhm.
So, but he was. I guess that was just like his way. Like how they say, "Oh, you ain't gonna never find nobody better than me," and this and that, and blah blah blah.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that was his way because that was one of the things that he said as well. I would never find nobody better than him, but I did. And he was like, and at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna want no woman who got 3 kids, but I did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of times they say things that they so called gonna hurt you, but and I did hear in the past a lot of times a man will not deal with a female because they have kids, but they will go deal with a female that doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, everything he said I wasn't gonna do, I'm doing.
Yeah. It all depends on your situation. I know it's a lot of people out there that don't have no kids, so they don't want to mess with nobody that had kids because they feel like they want to start their own family and all that. But I say don't miss on the love of your life because of that situation, him having kids or her having kids. Don't miss out on the love of your life for that simple reason. Try to be open minded. As long as they don't got no disrespectful ass kids, then you can work with it. As long as she got some type of structure or something to her, you can deal with some shit. That's what I say. Let me get into these letters.
Where we going into 2.5 hours again today?
No, this should be right on time probably. This one is his wife flashed her boobs. This is pretty much straightforward. My wife and I were hanging out at a friend's house. Our 12 years old are best friend. I guess our 12-year-olds are best friends, and they do sleepovers. We usually stay for a beer or two when we drop them off. Well, on this occasion, my wife ended up consuming a couple too many. While she was outside with the other couple, the two wives ended up flashing the other husband their boobs. I didn't witness it, and she confessed to it when we got home later that night. I honestly felt betrayed and embarrassed by that. We aren't in college anymore, and these are some of our adult friends in a very small town. What do people think? What you think about that?
Well, if you're not out here swinging, then you don't need to be flashing your boobs. You gotta have a little bit more respect because you got daughters watching. If these other couples have children and they go home, have conversations, these children overhear it, and now you gotta worry about how this is going to affect your child in school. Um, you shouldn't be showing none of your private parts. Because growing up, your breast, your butt, your back, your belly, and your vagina were private parts, and no one should have been touching it. You shouldn't be showing those things if you and your husband ain't in collaboration with it.
Yeah. How I feel about that situation is she consumed too much liquor and she did some wild shit. I don't allow people to use whatever they under the influence of for their reasoning behind some fucked up shit. So if you got drunk out here, girlfriend, and you flashing niggas your boobs, what, you got drunk and forgot you was married? Like, what the fuck is, what's going on with you? Fuck no, I don't, well, I damn sure wouldn't like it. I wouldn't go for that shit. I asked her what the fuck is her problem, and did she think that was good to do, or what the hell was in your mind at that time? Oh, I was drunk. Well, I don't give a fuck how drunk you are. You want me to get drunk and go out here and fuck a bitch or do some shit and tell you, oh, I was drunk? That shit don't mean nothing to me, cause you was drunk. You did some wild shit like you in college, he said. I just think you did some dumb shit, and if she ain't sympathetic and she think, oh, it was cool to do that, then give her her fucking walking papers. Get her out your life or whatever. Because shit, she probably did it before and she probably gonna do more.
Well, that's what I was thinking when you said we're not in college. So what did you do when you was in college?
Hmm?
And if you with him, were you with her? Excuse me, were you with her when she was flashing her stuff in college or being a
Yeah, he
whole
said he
freak?
was with her, but he wasn't outside when she did it.
No, I'm saying he made a comment in reference to they not in college anymore, which makes me think when they were in college, there may have been moments where she did do some freak stuff.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
some crazy shit. It still don't. The liquor don't mean nothing to me.
No, it ain't an excuse. I agree
A
because
motherfucker know right from wrong.
yep, regardless of how impaired they are.
She out here doing hoe shit because she get drunk. That means she gonna do some more hoe shit. when she get drunk and she ain't in front of you. You ain't
Yeah.
around. So yeah, it's best to give her her fucking walking papers. And this one says, are they wrong for kicking my fiance out after joking he got me pregnant on purpose? Alright, 23-year-old female made a post a couple days ago on here talking about, oh, I guess they made a post or whatever. Say, I, 23-year-old female, have been with my fiance, 26-year-old male, for 3 years. We met while I was on holiday, and a few weeks after, he followed me on Instagram, and the rest is history. I'm just reading it how it's written out. We got engaged last year, and a month later found out I was pregnant. We have a beautiful 6-month-old. We hosted Thanksgiving this year, and my fiance was drinking quite heavily. And after dinner, me and my mom were talking about the wedding, which my parents are paying for. I overheard my fiance tell my brother, who was just as drunk as him, that he needed to tie me down and get me pregnant before I realized what a dickhead he was. They laughed it off, but it rubbed me the wrong way because our baby was not planned. I wasn't ready for a child, and we were using condoms, but after a few instances where the condom broke, I decided it would be safer if I got on birth control. The first month on birth control, I got pregnant. We were told that could happen, and he said he would pull out to be safe, but I still got pregnant. I was scared as fuck, but I personally didn't want to get an abortion. I 100% believe in the right to get an abortion. I just didn't want one. And so decided to keep the baby. I work for my dad's company and my fiance works at a country club. Money wasn't necessarily why I didn't want a baby. I just wanted to do more before I started a family. I spoke to my fiance about what he said, and at first he said he didn't remember saying it, which was believable because of how drunk he was. But then he said it was just a joke, and it was meant as a compliment because I'm so amazing. So I said, okay, because we're getting a prenup. I was just joking, but wanted I also wanted to see how he react, and he was pissed. He said, why the fuck would he sign a prenup that we have a baby together, a house together, and that he would not sign one? How we wouldn't need one because we're never separating, and that me mentioning the prenup is insulting and emasculating. I never felt threatened or anything like that, but he did make me uncomfortable, and he woke up our baby, so I told him to leave, which he did. The day after I kicked him out, he sent me a long apologetic message about how it was out of character of him to get loud, which it was. He's never acted like that before, and I replied saying, I appreciate the apology, but I still just need a day or two to think everything through. The next day, he sent a bouquet to the apartment. Sunday, he sent me booking confirmations of a massage he booked for me at the club and offered to come over to watch our son and cook dinner. Tonight, he sent me a message saying that I'm being an asshole and that I'm taking a meaningless joke to heart, and that he's wasting money he could be saving for the wedding on the hotel. But now things that went over my head before, I'm starting to think it's sus, but breaking up my family over this doesn't seem right. Am I overthinking this? Is she being an asshole?
Um, that's a lot. I mean, she can't put full blame on him to say he's the reason why she got pregnant because they didn't take proper procedure. Even though she's on birth control, she already knew what the chances were. Condoms were popping here and there. Regardless if a man pull out or not, it's still a strong possibility that you are going to get pregnant. Now, maybe his intentions was to get you pregnant. Did he really purposely get you pregnant? He said he did, but that could be. I mean, I don't know, to be honest, but I think putting full blame on him is not fair to him, because when you look at the overall, in reference to saying you purposely got her pregnant because you wanted to get her pregnant before you were a dickhead, like that's something to take in consideration too, and I would feel some type of way about it. I don't know if it's. I can understand you being hurt. I can understand you being upset with him, but putting him out, I don't know if it was the best solution, because I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but you got a kid now. Y'all supposed to be engaged. The love was supposed to be real. And at the end of the day, what happened? You feel betrayed. You feel hurt. You feel lied to. It's just a moment, though. My personal opinion. So,
Mm-hmm.
I think I think she might be doing a little too much, but I always say don't act out on your emotions. Wait until you calm down before you start making decisions.
True. How I feel about that is, a lot of dudes do a lot of dickhead things. Like when it come to men, let's say, for instance, he got the prettiest girl he ever got in his fucking life. Then his first thing is he want to get this girl pregnant so she can have his baby and all that shit. Niggas do that thinking they gonna lock the girl down, but if you ain't shit, then that relationship ain't gonna last no matter whether she have a baby or three, nigga. If you ain't shit, you ain't shit. So if you doing all this just trying to get her pregnant so you can be with her for a lifetime and all that shit corny, young nigga. And old nigga, that shit corny. If you know you ain't gonna do right by her and you shooting the club up, just wanna have a baby by her and all that shit, you a corny ass nigga out here. So he said that he told the brother when they was drunk as shit that he had to get her pregnant just so that he can be with her. I guess she a good looking female or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm getting out of it. And he wanted to be with her for a lifetime and wanted to get her pregnant on purpose and all that shit. I mean, that's a compliment to her, but for him to say that shit, even jokingly, that shit don't sound right. I had to get her pregnant to lock her down and all that shit. That shit sound cute, but that shit is goofy than a motherfucker after you start to think about it. And maybe she caught on to that goofy shit like, damn, this nigga knocked me up just so he can be with me. Okay, well, maybe I'm getting a whole lot of money or whatever the case. Let me tell him that I'm gonna get a prenup. If a motherfucker came to me with a prenup, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, if I loved her, I wouldn't give two shits. Okay, let's get a prenup. I got my own prenup. Shit, we can both get prenups. Not just you. I guess she was protecting her assets or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm getting out of it. That's why she told him that, and she told him just to get a reaction out of him, and he gave her the wrong reaction, saying why would we get a prenup, this, that, and the third. My whole thing is, if I love you, then it wouldn't matter to me if I really wanted to marry you. Or if I thought that was an insult, then I just say, well, fuck it, we can just be engaged for a lifetime. We don't have to get married. We can continue on life being engaged, or being boyfriend, girlfriend. We don't have to move to that next level. I'm not sweating this shit. And if it's real, then the relationship would carry on. And maybe she would have different thoughts. Maybe you'll have different thoughts. And get married or whatever the case may be. But did she overreact to the shit, putting him out and all that? I say I say she was in her feelings and she put him out the house because he woke the baby up because he was hollering about a prenup. Putting him out and not wanting to deal with him over that is something stupid that you could have got over. Especially if he was showing you that he loved you and everything was good in the household. I think that was a bad mistake. But hey, people make stupid ass mistakes every day, all day. And
Yeah.
that's based off emotions and feelings and shit. So when life get hard for her, she gotta pay such and such to, she gotta pay for daycare and all that shit. She be like, damn, well, I had it much easier when my husband, well, when my boyfriend was in the house, when my kid's father was here. Now life got hard and I'm doing this and I gotta do that. And I don't have no help and all that shit. They don't think about that shit. They just think it's easier to get the motherfucker out the house and to not deal with him. So that's things you gotta think about before you make the ultimate decision.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta outweigh the cons and the pros, the good and the bad. And once you outweigh that, then you know how to deal with shit. Don't just act off emotions. That's what I say about that.
I agree.
Yeah, dig me? Okay. This person wanna know, well, they said if they overreact and my partner has nudes in his phone. She's 24, and her partner is 25. 25-year-old male. My partner was in our bed and we were watching, I spelled that wrong. We were watching videos of our pets as he was scrolling through his gallery when I saw a few pictures on his own nudes. I didn't pay much attention to it, nor did he. At the time, it didn't occur to me to the point at it, and asked him because I thought it was funny he had those in his phone. I'm an avid overthinker and worry about little things, so recently I've been suddenly contemplating on whether or not he's sending those nude photos to someone else because we've never sent each other any. Oh, we never sent each other any, and we've never discussed sending each other such pictures. After this thought, I asked him about it, and he just laughed and told me that he just thought it looked good at the time and decided to take pictures. I thought, cool, I could understand that, but the thought, for some reason, still eats me that I've been icing him the past few days because I can't confront the thought that he might be cheating on me. He's been messaging and calling me, but I've just been sending him cold one-liners and staying at my parents' house since it's also much closer to my workplace, so it's convenient for her. He's the best partner I could ever ask for to the point that I'm thinking about marriage, so I'm really afraid of entertaining the thought of him cheating on me or breaking up with him. He's been so good to me during my darkest times and so good to my family. I've never snooped I never snooped his phone and I never want to, but I never snooped his phone and I never want to, but this thought has been eating me for some reason. And I just want to know if I'm overreacting, if those pictures are even worth overthinking to begin with. What you guys say about that? I'm
I
waiting.
don't think. Yeah, I'm getting my thoughts together. I don't think snooping would be the appropriate thing to do because whatever goes in the dark will come to light. And a lot of times, one of the things that I was always taught was that when you go snooping, you always find things that you don't want to find. If you go snooping, are you willing to accept the possibility of this man cheating? Most cases, females are not. But when you find out that he is cheating, if that is your end straw, then yes, let him go. Um, you just got to be smart about what you're feeling. You got to be smart about what you're going to do with the information that you have, and you got to be smart about what you really want to do. If this is the first time, then I would just be like, all right, But after the second, third time, I would say, yeah, pack your bags, put him out, go, whatever the case may be, because it's not going to stop. Been there, done that. You got a kid, that's fine. At the end of the day, do they got a kid? They got a kid, right?
No, that's just her
Um,
boyfriend.
okay, just the boyfriend. So there's no kids involved because I can't remember. I'm mixing it up with the first one. Um, you know, how old are they again? 23. That's
24.
what
She 24 and he 25.
I mean. You're still pretty young. I don't. I mean, I don't know. If it was me, depending on how I feel, I may walk away. But also that would have been me at 25 years of age. Me at 44, if I don't have no real proof of him cheating, it would just be something like, all right, notated in my brain. All right, he did some slick shit here, and later down the line, some more slick shit come about, so you already know what it's hitting for. You
Yeah.
know, but you gotta do what your mind says. So it's not. I don't say lead by your heart. I say lead by your mind, because your heart will get you mixed up in some shit that you don't always want to get mixed up in. So if you can disassociate feelings for your intellectual desires, then I would say just do what you feel as though is best mentally.
I say
You know,
I say she seen pictures of him naked in his phone, in his photo album or whatever, in his phone, and she worried about if he's sending those photos to another female or whatever. He said he took the picture because he thought it looked good at the time. Me, I don't want no naked photos of myself. I don't want it. So I can send it to a female when she
pretty
say
much.
hi Q, bam, take this, bitch. I don't. I'm too old for that shit. And even when I was young, I probably did it one time, and shit just wasn't. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't what it's cracked up to be. And her anxiety is getting to her because she thinking that he's gonna cheat on her because he got those photos in his phone and all that shit. She
Hmm.
letting her anxiety get the best of her when she should calm that shit down. If she said that he's the best person that she ever dealt with and this, that, and the third. Is she overreacting? I say yes, she overreacting. Um, Mad because he got those photos in his phone. If you was that mad, then you can tell him, look, erase those photos because I feel as though you sending them to other people and I never got it. So I say erase that shit, especially if you ain't send them to me. That maybe would do something for your anxiety. But to break up with him because of that shit that these young people deal with every day, all day. Shit that don't be that serious, trying to make a big fucking deal out of it, and that can leave you lonely. That can leave you with a person that you with in a fucked up relationship where it wasn't as good as the one that you left because he had pictures in his phone. Not that he was fucking around with somebody else or fucking somebody else or whatever the case may be. Not because of that, but just because you had some fucking anxiety. So yeah. That's what I say to that. Don't need that. But you on this snickering shit. But that's what I say to that. Just gotta get over your anxiety, baby. Try to do something to work on that. Or you can find yourself in a fucked up position, in a fucked up relationship after having a good relationship. That's what I say to that. That was the last one for the day. We can wrap this thing up. Is there anything you want to say to your peoples?
I want to say have a great week. Thanks for listening as always. And peace out.
Yeah, dig. This is episode 113. I want to tell y'all people, I never thought I'd get this far, but I'm being consistent. I've been consistent for the past year and damn near half, probably. I've been trying to do the damn thing, give y'all the best content I can give y'all, and still rocking. I'm still rocking if y'all rolling. You better believe that shit. Shouts out to all my listeners. Georgia, New York, Ohio, California, all y'all peoples. Shouts out to everybody that fucks with the Real Rap Radio podcast. And to my double L's, I love y'all from the bottom of my balls. You already know. And let's get into the outro.
Take one.
Name of this song is Tattoos on Her Ass. This is coming from my favorite rapper, Max B. Hopefully he'll be home this year to put out some more fucking fire ass music. But this my shit right here, Tattoos on Her Ass. Stay to advance, slip through his hands. When the sun come on, they do the dance, Bitches tattoo my name on their ass. Yeah, rainy season is here, so buckle up. The Milli Vanilli killer, Chrissy, pucker up, get your lips wet, take your dentures out, let me feel the gums. My DVD be in the slums, looking all good in a fake piece. That you niggas speak sweet, you bitch niggas couldn't see me like cheap seats. Not the big big hoes, that cane eats, real pepper trees at you niggas till no shells left. Stop it, son, you're not the shit. I pop a clip, seen them on YouTube, swapping spit. What the fuck is that? That's some homo shit. I noticed that this is domain on some promo shit. I possess the fury, send some wolves to get you for your jewelry. Never took the things tangible, and I never tried to shoot myself. Got your skin feet, I'm gonna get me, they gon' find you like Pimp C. I don't give a fuck about your bullshit, that's to show me where the money be. Nigga, you only 23, ow. The new coupe is black, So what we do for this cash? It's a pipe chill, bro. How cool is that? She gon' tattoo my name on her ass. Nigga, I ain't tripping over shit. I'ma tool up, move up, trying to hit shoes up. Time to hit Ben Biddy, the 2010 Biggie. Need another swiggy. Punch some cold, not that codeine. Jumping up the back of a spaceship, taste it, get you niggas wasted, then let it fall. Pay for your funeral on my debit card. Nigga want that, lady. Bitches on the dick screaming wavy. You can only Batista, you rowdy Piper. He's got you hyper. Percocet, they make me wanna squirt the tech. Ow. While you were doing track, ballin'. He talking about Jim Jones on this one. Tastes like pastry. What type of fruits is that? Fruits is that? Wanna tattoo my name on her ass? He talking about Jim Jones' girlfriend, Chrissy. Yeah. She said it tastes like pastries. What type of fruits is that? She wanna tattoo my name on her ass. Do the dance. Tattoo my name on her ass. The new coupe is black. Coupe is black. So what we do for this cash? Cause I piped your bro. How cool is that? Cool is that? Freaky bitch. Yeah. This episode 113. Just getting wavy in this motherfucker. You know, catch me every Monday. Catch the Real Rap Radio Podcast. Me and Kiki up in this bitch every Monday, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific. I don't know the times if you're not in America, but fuck with your boy like I fuck with you. You dig me? And we out this motherfucker, man. Catch us next week. Same time, same place. Fuck with your boy. What was you saying, Kiki?
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Holla at your boy. We out this bitch.
That's it.